Guys, today I'm going to be walking you through how to complete the Citadelle Des Morts Easter egg. Let's get straight into it. One thing to note before starting this Easter egg is you can do most of these things in any order you want. I'm just explaining it in an easy order to follow along, which is how I completed the Easter egg for the first time. But there are a lot of steps you can sort of switch around when you're playing if it's more convenient for you. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open up Pack-a-Punch. The map tells you how to do this. You just got to follow the little orange markers, go down to the bottom of the castle with the box with all the locks on, shoot the locks off, kill the doppelgast inside, and then you get Pack-a-Punch. You just want to keep progressing the rounds now until you get to round 10. Also, once you've unlocked Pack-a-Punch, go and speak to Craft before doing anything else, just to get it out of the way so you can carry on with the Easter egg. From round 10 onwards, zombies with knights' helmets will be able to spawn in, and when you kill them, they drop stamps. You then need to use these stamps to unlock all of the swords. I'll show you how to do that right now. The first thing you're going to want to do is you want to kill one of these zombies with a helmet on and get a stamp. Then take this stamp to the Dragon Knight and take the sword from him. With this sword, you want to go to the dragon statue and put your sword inside. Above the dragon, it's going to show 3 orange lights appear, which represents the 3 fire cauldrons around the map. I'm going to show you where they are anyway, so it doesn't really matter. The first one's on the castle wall, and all you need to do is walk up, interact with it, and you'll be set alight. But you just need to run straight back to the dragon. You will lose health, but zombies are going to spawn in front of you, and you run really quick, so just run into a zombie if you need to. Melee it once, you'll get your health back to full. Keep running. It's really, really easy. The next cauldron is on the left-hand side of spawn, just below the farm area, and the same process, interact with it, run to the dragon, deposit the flames, done. And the final one is in spawn. Repeat the same process running back to the dragon, and that is how you get the fire sword. Next up is the light sword, so get yourself another stamp. You then want to take this stamp to the lion knight and take the sword. Once you take this sword, some glowing parasites are going to spawn in, and you need to kill them using the sword. If you do this correctly, your sword will start glowing orange. You then want to go into the town area to the right of spawn, and there's a door here with a lion knocker on it. Using your glowing sword, hit the door, and a symbol should appear. Do this 3 more times and you'll get 4 symbols total. Interact with the door and you'll go inside. Go down this hallway and insert your sword, and a symbol ritual thing is going to start. Look at the glowing symbol on the stand and then find that symbol floating on the wall somewhere and shoot it. And after you do this for all 4 symbols, you will have the light sword. Next up is the lightning sword, so get yourself another stamp. Using this stamp, you need to go up to the stag knight and then get the sword from him. Once you have this sword, you need to go towards the barn to the left of spawn, and you'll see a little lightning rod on the floor outside the barn. Then get dead wire on your gun and head towards the right side of spawn in the little town area here. You're going to see a little fuse box on the wall. Shoot that with your dead wire gun and you'll get another lightning rod. Finally, you need to kill an armored zombie which is going to have the lightning rod attached to him. I think you have to be in the underground areas of the castle for this guy to spawn, but I'm not 100%, so take that with a pinch of salt. Once you have all 3 lightning rods, you want to take them onto the walls of the castle where there's this little pot with 3 holes, and you want to put all of the lightning rods inside of this. Then there's going to be a little lightning storm appear. Once this lightning storm starts, you just need to survive here until your sword gets charged up with lightning. Once it's charged with lightning, hit this pot and then repeat this process 3 times. If you take too long, you will get struck with lightning and you'll lose the little charge on the sword, so just bear that in mind. Be careful. Once you've done that 3 times, you can put your sword inside this pot and you will have yourself the lightning sword. Next up is the dark sword, so get yourself another stamp. You then want to take this stamp to the Raven Knight and take the sword from him. Then go into the alchemical lab and you need to walk around and find a fossil. You then need to go to the tavern cellar and interact with this dial on the wall. Now this bit is a bit confusing, I'll be honest, I didn't really understand it. I'm going to leave a link in the description to a useful Twitter thread, which is what I used, and it had pictures of different fossils and different resolutions to this puzzle, I guess. Apparently all the different fossils have got names. I couldn't see the name on my one, but if you can see the name on your fossil, use this chart on screen now to line it up with the symbol, the name, element, line that up with the different symbols on this puzzle. And once you've done that, an ether portal is going to appear in the floor behind you. These orbs are going to start floating out of the puzzle machine towards you, and you need to guide them into the portal. Once you have guided 3 orbs into the portal is going to disappear and go upstairs into the tavern. Follow it up there and repeat the process 2 more times. The orb will then return back to the cellar, where it will go into the puzzle machine, take your sword into the ether and give it dark power, and that is how you get the dark sword. Once you've got all the swords upgraded, the next stage is to complete all of the incantations. To get the fire incantation, you want to take the fire sword out onto the castle walls, and you're going to see 3 little bonfires you need to light up with flames. There is one here above Speed Cola, one opposite the cannon, and one above Elemental Pop. You can do this with a Molotov, or you can charge up your sword by getting kills, and then using the sword's ability, shoot flames at the bonfires. Once you have lit all 3 of these, a doppelgast is going to spawn in. You need to kill that, and it's going to drop Ra's Ankh. Ankh? I don't know. You then take this just above Speed Cola inside the castle where a little gold ring on the floor is going to appear, and then interact with that. This is essentially a soul box. You just need to get a few kills here. You'll know when it ends because all the zombies around are going to die. Once you've completed that, a gold box is going to appear. You can slice that open with the fire sword, and that's your first incantation complete. The next incantation we're going to do is the light incantation. This one's also really easy to do. You need to go into the sword room and look up above Vulturade, and you're going to see this little red crystal lit up. Shooting this crystal is going to create a red laser beam, which is going to shoot towards another crystal. Keep shooting until you angle the laser correctly and it will hit another crystal, and that will then deflect it in another direction. Once you've shot all these crystals and lined up the lasers, it's going to shoot onto this little statue thing, and you're going to get the Paladin's Brooch. You then need to take this back into the sword room, and just next to the main entrance, there's going to be a little gold ring on the floor again. Place the brooch down, and then you get some kills. Fill up the soul box. A chest is going to appear. Slice it open with the light sword, and that's your second incantation complete. The next incantation is the lightning incantation. To do this, you're going to need dead wire, but you should already have that from getting the sword anyway. But make sure you have dead wire on your gun. You need to go to the barn to the left of spawn, and you're going to see a horseshoe just above the back entrance. Shoot that, and it's going to fall on the floor, and you can pick it up. Once you've picked this up, go up to the cannon and jump inside, and it's going to launch you back down to the spawn room. As you fly through the sky, you should get shocked by lightning. Once you land in spawn, look around, and either to the left or the right of spawn, there's going to be a storm cloud. Go to whichever side it is, and then below the storm cloud, you should find the horseshoe, and it'll be renamed the Pegasus horseshoe. Take this back to spawn, and on the left-hand side of spawn, a little gold ring on the floor is going to appear again. Repeat the same process. Place it down, get some kills. A box is going to appear. Slice it open with your lightning sword, and there's your third incantation. And finally, the dark incantation. Now, to get this one, you're going to need to make sure you have your aim on point. You need to go to Pack-a-Punch and hop on the slide towards spawn. When you're nearing the end of the slide, you're going to see a crow. Make sure you shoot it. If you do this correctly, when you come out of the slide, you're going to see the crow flying away. Chase it up the stairs and then shoot it out the sky. Once you've shot the crow, he's going to drop his foot. Go and find it and pick it up. Then take the crow's foot to below stamina up, and you're going to find a gold circle on the floor. Repeat the same process, interact with it, get a few kills, fill up the soul box. A chest is going to appear, slice it open with your dark sword, and that's your final incantation complete. Now, the next stage is going to require you to take down some notes, most likely, unless you've got really, really good memory. Get melee macchiato and go into this flooded room again and punch this wall in the back corner. The wall should break and reveal a bunch of blue symbols. You then need to go to the bar, and you're going to see lots of these little bottles numbered 1 through 6 in Roman numerals. Interact with each one, and a symbol is going to appear, and note it down. Then go back to the flooded room, and you need to shoot each of these symbols in order. Don't worry if you don't shoot them in time and they shuffle again. The ones you've shot will still stay the same. You just need to find the right one and shoot it. If you enter every symbol correctly, a red ball should appear. Go into the little wall segment next to it and open it up to reveal a book. You then need to go up the stairs from the flooded room and find these 4 pages around stamina. There's a bunch of different spawn locations in this room. If you walk around, they're pretty easy to find. They got a bright red symbol on them. Just walk around, look around corners on some shelves. You're going to find them pretty easily after maybe a minute or so of walking around. But find 4 pages, then go back downstairs, interact with the book, and those pages are going to go in that book there. Now, looking at the book, you need to remember the order of the symbols, starting from 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm showing you on screen now what the actual order is. By now, you will have seen the point of power traps around the map. You need to go around to each of those and look at the actual symbol on the floor and match it up with these symbols in the books. When you found the trap that matches with the first symbol in the book, you want to activate it and then get kills inside that area using incantations. You can do this step without incantations, but I found it's way more consistent if you just use incantations and get a bunch of kills inside that area. If done correctly, the symbol should be grayed out now inside the book. You can go back and check, or you could just carry on with the steps and then hope it's done right. You need to repeat this for the second, third, and fourth symbol. You'll know you've done all 4 of those correctly when you go down the stairs from stamina up, and on the wall, you're going to see the 4 different elemental symbols with numbers next to them. Remember this order and go back to the sword room. Using the incantations that are in this room, you need to go in order using the matching incantation and sword. Go in front of the statue, use the incantation, then use your inspect weapon bind and inspect the sword. The statue should then react to this and start glowing gold. Place the sword back in and repeat this for the next 3 swords. Once done correctly, all of the statues are going to shoot up in the sky and bring down the mystic orb. You now need to fill up this mystic orb with the different elemental powers, I suppose. Take the mystic orb upstairs inside the sword room, and you're going to see on the wall a little pedestal you can put the orb into. Do that and start the challenge. Inside this room, green orbs are going to start spawning in. You just need to run into as many green orbs as you can. If the green orb is around too long, a zombie will spawn and get rid of it, but just keep running around, keep running into the green orbs, and eventually the lockdown is going to be completed and you'll be able to grab the orb and leave. When you leave, make sure you grab the lightning sword because we're going to go to spawn and charge the orb with lightning. Once you're in spawn with the orb and the lightning sword, place this orb on the stand next to the incantation, and using the lightning lightning sword charged up and the lightning incantation, you need to get a bunch of lightning kills. You'll know you're getting the right kills because you're going to see the souls going towards the orb. Keep getting as many kills as you can using lightning. I believe you can use dead wire as well if dead wire gets activated, but you just need to get as many kills as you can using lightning. You'll know you've done this correctly when you see a blue particle circling your mystic orb. Then pick up the mystic orb and grab the fire sword. Go outside the front of the castle and you're going to see another one of these pedestals right by the point of power trap. Similarly to the last one, you just need to get a bunch of kills here using fire. So charge up the fire sword and use that ability, use fire incantations, just get a bunch of kills, fuel up the orb. Then once you've done this, pick up the orb again, head back to the sword room and grab the dark sword. Run down to the flooded room, place the orb in the wall and repeat the same process again, just getting kills using the dark sword or the dark incantation. Once you've done this final orb charging stage, you fully charged up the orb, you then need to go down the stairs from stamina up again, and on the wall where those symbols were for the elements, you should be able to place the orb and open up the wall to a secret room. Once you're in this room and you've picked up the guardian key, the zombies will stop attacking you and there'll be a bit of dialogue. You can leave if you want to, or you can stay and listen. It's really up to you. And now you are fully done with the Easter egg and ready for the boss fight. If you're not already, I would spend a few rounds and get as prepared as you can. Triple pack a punch your gun, get it gold rarity, get as many perks as you can. I would also recommend you get a mutant injection just as like a good backup in case you need it. And once you feel fully prepared, go down to the fountain and spawn, place the key, and start the boss fight. There aren't that many tips I can really give you for this boss fight. He's just a massive bullet sponge. The only real tips I can give is just keep running around. For most of this boss fight, you can sort of just ignore zombies. They're not really that big of an issue. There are also incantations in this boss fight. I was just recycling these incantations to kill all the zombies so I didn't have to worry about them, because one click of an incantation just wipes out the entire horde and then you can just focus on shooting the boss. You just need to unload as many bullets as you can into this boss, and anytime part of his body starts glowing orange or yellow, you know it's a crit spot. You then want to focus your fire on that area. If you start panicking or you're low on health, use your mutant injection, or make sure you have Ether Shroud and pop an Ether Shroud if you need to. But it's honestly not too bad of a boss fight. If you want to bring in some gobblegums to make it easy for yourself, you can do. But just, I mean, it's a boss fight. You just need to dodge getting hit and shoot as many times as you can. But eventually, after a bunch of shooting, he will go down, you'll get the final ending cutscene, and you will have completed the Citadelle Des Morts Easter egg and boss fight. If this guide did help, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. If you're still watching this video, thank you so much for watching it all the way through, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.